Dr. Castleberry here with part 2 of our asynchronous dialogue for public relations, advertising, and brand management. What is with these course titles? They're so long, such a mouthful. But speaking of, we're having conversations about several of our key texts, and right now taking questions from Emily. And let's continue along, waste no time here. Emily asks, excellent question, reflecting on chapter 1. Why is pop culture, quote unquote, the center stage for advertisements? This is an excellent question, all right? And allow me to make a kind of macro observation or theorization about the role pop culture plays in our culture, but perhaps global culture? I don't know. Perhaps we need to throw that up for discussion. But my response, first and foremost, would be pop culture is or represents the new town square. All right, and so in a digital culture, which we are in a very large national landscape and even global culture, the digital spaces bring us together, just like traditional modes of mass communication. And so popular culture lives on these channels of mass communication, and thus it becomes that national, if not universal, language that we share. All right, and so anything that unites even when it can for some divide, anything that unites has strong persuasive appeal. It wouldn't be popular if it wasn't popularized, right? If we didn't consume it, share it, like it, talk about it, buy into it, all right? So popular culture becomes this activation tool for community, for shared spaces, for shared places, for shared experiences. And that's why it becomes the center stage, because it is the new town square. It's where we meet, it's what we talk about, it's what we do. What concert did you go to? Did you catch this program last night? What social media platform are we using? And I know that's a different kind of conversation, social media as opposed to popular culture, but social media is popular culture now, right? These things are kind of synergized, meaning they're overlapping on digital spaces. We have celebrities that we follow like they're our friends on social media, and somehow we feel connected even though we're not, but they're advertising themselves to us. And so that is pop culture doing its thing, like being a machine that kind of has these organic components, but also these performative components that are inorganic, are inauthentic. But the illusion of authenticity keeps drawing us back in, and thus becomes further popularized. So pop culture, the town square, and it's in some ways kind of this religious center for it, right? We're kind of at the altar, so to speak, of so many texts. When you talk about fanfare for something, right? People sleeping outside waiting to get in to see a Star Wars or Harry Potter feature, all right? The movement of how long folks will stand in line for the next iPhone. Okay, these kinds of movements, and we will talk about movement marketing in this and other courses, make up these raw components of culture, and it is also part of popular culture, and it is thus, how does popular culture build and grow? Well, it advertises itself, of course, and there are the traditional methods of advertising, and then there are the non-traditional methods. And those non-traditional methods we are partially calling IMC, or Integrated Marketing Communication, in this course, or at least Blakeman is, and we'll work with that language some, and we'll understand it, because ultimately many of us will go on to use it. We're going to explore that. We're going to make some ads of our own and have a good old time with that. Commenting on Chapter 8, Analyzing Print Ads. Question is, what are the benefits to analyzing print ads? Is this a syllabus type question? This is a great question. I don't mind answering it because the answer is so important. What are the benefits to analyzing print ads? Well, if you know how they work, right? If we know how they work, how they function, and how they're built, then we gain experience into how to create new content ourselves. And of course, one of our learning objectives in the Communication, Media, and Ethics degree at MacU, content creator. We want all of you to finish the degree program feeling more than equipped to enter the job force as a content creator. You can and you will. And studying these, being able to pull apart the strands and pieces of not only ads but media texts of varying sorts gives us that next level advantage to becoming content creators ourselves. Excellent question. Let's look at one or two more and we'll shift gears here. The Blakeman text, Integrated Marketing Communication. Why is it so important, looking at the intro, the first part of chapter 1, why is it so important to create relationships with the consumers? It's as if Emily is reaching into the clouds and pulling out the alpha questions. They're written so simply, they have such depth to them. Yeah, why is it so important to create relationships with the consumers? Because we receive ads all the time. Let's go back to the communication model. Remember when a sender sends a message to a receiver along a channel and the receiver sends the message and decodes it, and they could decode it many ways, but then they ship some information back because communication exchange is simultaneous. It doesn't always get received the same way in either direction because something gets in the way. What is that thing?